Welcome here. We're all behind the seats. I want to welcome everyone here, present and far away. We have dignitaries. Our esteemed mayor, Daniella, from Miami-Dade County is here. I have a regular program and agenda that I'm involved. But I also want to introduce Rabbi Marmorstein of Temple of our good friend. He'll say some words. And the president of our association will be up here as well. And Dr. Panetta from Tufts University, I see you there. Thank you for coming remotely. Thank you so much. She represents the IEEE, we want to label what that is. Let me ask you a question. Raise your hand if you have never heard of the IEEE. Everybody has? No? Yes, from Sweden, Andres and Elizabeth Hervall, they stand up in the Swedish friends. Yeah, especially they 40 years ago, Shirley and I were at their home in Sweden, celebrating Shirley's 50th birthday with a big banquet of 35 people. Andres and Elizabeth were there. That was a long time ago. We have our sons Kenneth and Herbert from here. Stand up. Remotely, Mike Geselowitz, are you here remotely? I don't see it yet.
Give me a second. I'll put him up for you.
It's your honor. Thank you for being here. So, okay, we're going to start off. First of all, can we have the first slide? With Geselowitz showing up. With her on, that's the agenda. We're showing up with the, there you go. There you go. Okay. We'll put this name here. By the way, this is Shirley's name. I inherited it. Now I use it. So I need it. I guess I'm getting too old without it. That's my point. Okay, now, as we know, Shirley was the lover of dogs. Shirley also was something else. She was the one who brought all of us together. All the time we met at restaurants, George and Pam, we went to a long time ago, about 40 years ago, at lots of lots. And more recently, we have Anna Maria and David Hurley, we met them recently here. And restaurants were our the places that became our friends. And so, we're dogs. So I'm going to introduce the dogs to her. The song from Disney World is a small world. One more you know what that is. That's me. Yes, okay. First, thank you, Adrian is the president of our association who graciously provided this great clubhouse facility. Would you care to say a couple of words from Adrian? Yes, by the way, Keith City Community Association, as Keith said, this is one of the most, there are 4,000 homes here, one of the largest, if not the largest community in the country. Adrian? Thank you, George. Great. Well, first and foremost, I'd like to thank you, Gunther. My name is Adrian Lopez, I'm the president of the association, Keith Community Association. Well, more so today, I'm a friend of you. I've known Gunther and Shirley since they lived down here back in 2010, 2011, I believe it was. 2011. I know Gunther and Shirley, good story, through my daughter. My daughter today is going to be 17 years old in a couple of weeks, but my daughter was 3 years old when we first met Gunther and Shirley. And at pancake breakfast, I was conducted here.
What's your name? Thank you.
We got the Zoom calls on it. But make a long story short, I see my 3-year-old daughter at the time talking to a very nice little old lady on the table. I think it was right around these tables right here. And basically shooting it up and both of them laughing. So when I came to Sophia, I said, Sophia, who was the nice lady you were talking to? I said, oh, that was Shirley. I said, it's Shirley? I said, Shirley. And then my mother came with that. That was Shirley. And that's pretty much how I got introduced to Gunther and Shirley through my 3-year-old daughter who befriended Shirley. And the rest is history because I've known Shirley and Gunther for over 15, 16 years now. And it's been a pleasure knowing both and having valued them as friends and neighbors. I welcome everybody here on behalf of the association. It was a peaceful building, this clubhouse in Greenville for circumstances like this. I wish I would be here under better circumstances. But knowing Shirley, being from New Orleans, Louisiana, she won't want this to be a somber event. She would like this to be a party, a reflection of life, and the joy and the happiness that she shared with everybody who she impacted, especially for her dog collection, which my daughter has quite a few from her dog collection. I asked Sophia, how many dogs does she have? She's been to her house a few times. And she has dogs all over the place. The office, the living room, even the bathrooms have dogs. I said, that's a lot of dogs. So with that said, that's my story about Shirley. I'm pretty sure that people have the opportunity to share their memories of Shirley and the happiness that they experienced being with her. I'm pretty sure we'll all share those memories today. So thank you. And on behalf of KGCA, thank you for coming out. And we'll make this a celebration for Shirley, because I'm pretty sure that's what she will want. So thank you. Next, I'd like to call our good friend, Rabbi Marmorstein, to say a few words. Thank you so much for coming, and thank you for the awesome friend. He's a good friend from Hervall of Sweden. I think we all hope that people being our ranks and still have the musical capabilities and mental faculties and like I can breath control that you can. He asked me to bring a taste of Judaism here and in the form of an invocation of prayer. And this is the traditional prayer that is said when a Jewish person passes away. It is called a Kaddish. It comes from the Hebrew word kadosh, which means holy. And even at a Jewish wedding, we bring the glass right before the end to remember those who do not have the very blessing that we have. So as we're feasting and laughing about everything, let's also remember that and pray that one day we may all have all the blessings that you and children have been blessed with us, and that everybody may have the home that will come home to, food to eat, and most of all, lots of love. Itadawin itadash Rabbi. Yaman ibrahim b'fei yamin b'fei. Chayikon yomekon chayikon b'Yisrael. V'agala b'zman chavim imru amen. Hishke rabba v'rab v'olam amen alayah. V'orah v'shabbat v'ar v'oram v'yedaseh. Yedadar yedala shem k'ishtav v'yihu. Elam kol birkat shulaka. Tushaka v'nechemaka. Da'urai yamar yuru amen. Yishlam rabba v'shemaya. V'chayim amen. Ya'kol Yisrael v'yuru amen. V'chayim amen with life to us, that we may continue our legacy, and move the sheep, doing right by others, following God's ways. And in doing so, it's the greatest way that we can honor Hashem and her great name. Shalom Aleinu, Yahweh Israel, Yahweh Shalom, Yahweh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Yahweh Israel. Shirley and I walked in this, and then the wedding. As family is in Winter some years ago, on the coldest day in Homestead History, it was 32 degrees, sitting outside freezing. We remember that. And thank you so much for coming. And next, I'd like to call on our esteemed Rabbi, the mayor. Good morning. Honorable Daniella, the mayor of Dade County, and also a very good friend of ours. Thank you for coming.
Well, thank you so much, for bringing us together on a sad occasion, but also certainly we talk about this as homecoming. So we know that Shirley had a beautiful life. She and Gunther had a beautiful life there. They were the child brides, right? You can see the picture of young, full of life, and still full of life until the end. Shirley was a person that lifted us all up. So I'm very grateful to be here in a place where we have many wonderful pancake breakfasts. Thank you so much. And to my dear friend Gunther, who does great honor to all of us because he is that kind of friend to all of us. So we're here celebrating the incredible life of a wonderful, wonderful lady, Shirley Karger. And her legacy is part of the Homestead community. So I know you're here from many different parts of our Homestead community, and she touched so very many of us. She was never in the spotlight, yet her impact was undeniable. She was really quite a force of nature, a lifetime of service. She was a dedicated wife and mother, and she was a woman who made every place she called home better. She was dedicated to making sure that it would be better, and it always was, simply by her being there. She was born in New Orleans in 1934. Her journey took her around the world. No matter where she was, she carried a sense of purpose and an unwavering commitment to others, and that's what carried her to the end. She met the love of her life, Gunther, at a USO function in 1951, and together they built a life partnership, adventure, and service. For 7 years, they were side by side, not just as husband and wife, but as a team. Together, they built lasting contributions to our community and everywhere around. She was defined by her dedication to her family and the people she served, and in her early career, she was a journalist. She was an educator, a Sunday school teacher, decades of volunteer service as a poll worker, a hospital volunteer, a civic organizer. She gave her time and her talent with great love. She was always welcoming, a warm presence. I remember coming to visit at home when she was sick, but rallying her forces, and she was just always thinking of others and loving and caring and just being the consummate hostess. She helped found the Country Club Grove Civic Association, which later became Palmetto Bay. She hosted meetings for national and international dignitaries. She was the editor of the Discovery Letter, a trusted advisor and partner in Gunther's many endeavors, and she was a passionate collector and lover of history. And we all know her doll collection is iconic. Most of all, we will remember her for her kindness. She found great joy in giving to others. She understood that true success is not measured by personal accolades, but by the lives we touch and the legacy we leave on this planet. And so she will live on forever in our hearts. Her love for family, her love for her community, and for all the people she met on her journey, including me. And I feel it very deeply in my heart. So we remember her, a life well lived and a heart we gave endlessly, and so to all of us here, especially to you, Gunther, who are better men for having spent a life with Shirley. A great man in real life, but even better because of Shirley. Yes, and so may her memory be blessed, and may we continue to be inspired by her example of service, kindness, and love. And I bring greetings from Emily County and Evelyne, who is my self-dating liaison. Welcome to Herbert. This is the official resolution coming from Emily County, signed by myself as mayor and chairman of the board, Anthony Rodriguez. And I'm going to read it again. Okay. Whereas Meena County knows with profound sorrow the passing of Shirley Karger, one of this community's most beloved residents, and where she was born in September 27, 1934 in New Orleans, she met the love of her life, Dr. Carter, at USO function at Keesler Air Force Base in Biloxi, Mississippi in 1950. Later married him on December 5, 1954 in New Orleans, forming on the last year of 70 years in. Whereas Mrs. Carter dedicated her life to raising her 2 sons and held various jobs, including being a reporter at the Times Key Punch operator, sales assistant at JCPenney, and the award-winning market research interviewer. I would like to have been interviewed by her. Yet her greatest work was nurturing her family and enriching her community. And whereas deeply committed to education and civic engagement, Mrs. Carter served as a longtime Sunday school teacher at Temple Bethlehem, a Montessori and public school substitute teacher, a Miami County elections poll worker for over 20 years, and volunteer at Homestead Hospital for a decade. And whereas this community mourns the passing, celebrates the life, and will forever treasure the memory of Shirley Karger, who will be sorely missed by her family and all those she befriended. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, the Cava mayor of the county and the church, and the Rodriguez, and all the members of the board, county commissioners, on behalf of all of Miami County and the community, do hereby express as on passing Shirley Karger our heartfelt sympathy and condolences to her loving family and friends, declaring that her lasting contributions will forever hold a special place in the lives of those who she lost.
to the mayor's comment. Really appreciate it. And, surely that would be, without her, I wouldn't be nothing. And vice versa. Community service was what we're all focused on. And myself, I'm told on the last four calls of life in South Lake, I'll be 92 years old next month. So when I'm gone, it will be gone. So I'm represent history, and so that's what we've always done, is to bring history to the present. She and I together. When she and I met, she was only 16 years old. That's a long time ago. A little bit before we were married. Since a long time in the Air Force, with nobody, nothing on anybody. If it wasn't for her, we wouldn't be together. So Shirley, wherever you are, thank you. Now we go to the next group. We have an agenda here. I'll have to keep going as you pull this thing out. This will be online. Meena, are you online?
I got you.
Meena, Bernstock, please, that's Shirley's comment. 10 o'clock there.
Okay, so I can't see you. Can you hear me? Yes, I can't see you. I don't see you.
Online, you see you.
Okay, I hope Gus sees me. We can't hear you so well, so I was wondering if Gus can see us.
We see you.
Okay, should I start talking? Okay, so I'm Meena Bernstock. I'm daughter of Panetta Cantor Silver. She's daughter of Harry Silver, which is Shirley's cousin. Shirley's mother, Paulina. She helped grow, according to the story, she was part of the upbringing of my grandfather. I'm also talking in the name of my Uncle Leon, who's here, and my cousin Becky is here. Cousin Shirley was the kindest and the sweetest person I ever knew, really. She, so much kindness and such a great heart. And all the dolls she had, all the good collection of dolls, showed how colorful her personality was. I had the great opportunity to come see Cousin Gus and Cousin Shirley 2 years ago. And Cousin Shirley wanted me to take all of her dolls. And I said, I don't have them, I don't know. So he gave me all these kind of dolls, and they're in my living room. They're so beautiful and colorful. It's just a warm memory of her. I must say that we lived in Memphis. Shirley and Gus came with her 2 sons for a magic show, and I remember how much fun we had. Growing up, my family made other lives in Israel. I've been now in Israel 40 years, and I was 9 when I moved to Israel. And when we came to Israel, so somehow I had a special connection with Cousin Shirley. She was my pen pal. And she used to say that that's all in the world, she fights so great. Can you hear me?
Yes, very fine.
Okay. As a little girl, I used to write letters to her. She used to send presents to us as a family. And it was such a special moment, always to get those presents from her. for every holiday. It really lit up our life. It lit up my childhood and also my sister's, my other sister's childhood. And we thank you so much for such generosity and so much light you gave into this world. I would like to say now, I'm looking to see if my husband is here. I would like to say a special prayer for her soul, for my cousin's soul in Hebrew. It's in his Hebrew, it's En Malel. It's the be of God. It will help Cousin Shirley, such a special neshama, such a special soul, that her soul should go straight to God. It should go to the Garden of Eden. I'm sure she has such a special place with all my family that's in heaven already, and I know they're welcoming her with open arms. So this is my special prayer, and my husband will say it.
הן מלא רחמים, שוכן ומעונים, המצא ומוכן לפניי את כנפי השכינה, במעלות הקדושים התעוררים את זוהר הרכים מזרים, את נשמת שירלי בת פאולינה, שהלכה לעולמה, בעבור שבלי נדר תתנו צדקה בעד בחירת נשמתה, בגן עדן תהיה מנוחתה. לכן בעל הרחמים יסיריה בסתר כנפיו לעולמים, ויצרור בקרור החיים כנשמתה. אדוני הוא נחלתה, ותנוח בשלום על שבה, ונאמר אמן.
Thank you so much, God, for giving me the opportunity to speak. Because she meant so much to me and my family. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for being on this. I want to hear what this means. I also should mention that Meena represents the Zoller family in New Orleans. The Zollers in New Orleans the grandfather, Bernard's Zoller was the fine French soldier right downtown New Orleans. It's a great people in the Montreal, and I should mention that Shirley in 1953, one of them was the Montreal Princess. That was my Shirley. Well, thank you very much. Let's move on. I'm going to go out of sequence of it because time's a little problems. Everyone Dreyfus in Paris, are you still with us? 1 second. Everyone, I saw you there, now I don't see you there. Are you there? 1 second. I'm trying to recognize you. Evelyne. You got it back? We're going to go up coming. We lost her. I'm trying to get it. I think so. Everyone, are you there? I don't know. You guys see one of that's not Evelyne. I know, but I know I'm trying. Wow.
Okay. Yeah, that's me. Okay.
All right. Okay, well, can you see them in here? Oh, yes, right here. You got it? Elliot Conti, and please, can you hear us? He's right in your microphone. We're ready for you. Okay.
Okay, there you go. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Who is this?
Yes, we can hear you.
This is Adrian Conti of Hudson, Shirley Karger's.
Yes. Over here. Okay. Excuse me. I don't know how to manipulate this very well.
Me either, not tech savvy, so I'm just talking.
Okay.
Well, Shirley, my sister and I grew up, knowing Shirley and Gus and the boys. And Shirley was always so bubbly and full of life, and you know, we all just love Shirley.
That's for sure.
And, you know, it's sad that she's not with us anymore, but she's in a better place and not suffering anymore.
Exactly.
So, and like, you know, we're all going to miss her.
A lot. Harry, what is it? Hello?
Especially Shirley, she's a special person who loved everybody, especially little kids. And, we miss her a lot. Like you said, one day we'll all be together. Lord bless her soul and be with Gus at this time of his life. Very difficult. Lose a loved one. But we know one thing, that our no one will go over us.
And I just want to say, Shirley was one of the most loving person Shirley was the most loving and bubbly person I've ever known. And every time I'd talk to her, hi, Harry, how are you? And she knew everything about my family. How's my sister? How's my son? How's this one? How's that one? And she really was always so concerned with love. A lot of love and caring. And I never had a bad word for anybody. And she always tried to make us happy and other people. She always brought her little gifts and wrapped them up nicely. And especially when she saw a child, she didn't even know the child. She'd go over to him and hand him a little present she had stored away. And then they would light it when they see her. And, oh, let me see my precious. And it was so cute. And she was like a little child herself. She was just so loving with them. And she was a great mom, great wife, a great friend. And she made little outfits too for the dolls and dressed them up. She was just an absolute treasure to have here on earth. And I know that God's treating her, and she'll be all amongst the children here, and they'll be thrilled to have her with them because she'll be dancing with them and playing with them. And we'll really miss her here. And so we all join together and have a party in heaven.
Thank you, Evelyne. As you mentioned, Evelyne is the daughter of the people who live on the chicken farm in New Jersey. And if anybody read the book, that's the daughter of the chicken farm. Thank you, Evelyne. We go out and see them a little bit here. They top block of Bernheim. Now, let me introduce probably the great grandson of Isaac Wolfe Bernheim, who came to the country with nothing in 1867 and became the grandfather of Kentucky Red Whiskey. And unfortunately, Bernstock, he represents the Bernheim family, and we really appreciate him and his wife to be here. So Tom, I'll give you the microphone.
So, Gunther left out the key connection, which is my great grandfather was born in Meena. And so we lived in Meena. And so my connection with Gunther and Shirley happened when Gunther was at someone's house and saw a copy of what we call Bernheim coffee table book. It was a beautiful book that was done about my great grandfather and his creation, which was Bernheim Forest. So he came to America, as Gunther said, in 1867. And he ended up in Kentucky. He was a Yankee backwater. And there's a picture of him at the Smithsonian. It's a very iconic picture of the Jewish backwater. And so Gunther saw this book and realized that my great grandfather was born in Schmieren. And he called out the director of the forest and said, just want to let you know that I think I'm the last surviving Jew born in Meena. And I saw the creek of the forest, which was Meena. So my wife Jody and I spent the winters here in South Florida, and we called up Gunther and said we'd like to come see you in Shirley. And we both have a vivid recollection of our first visit to their house because we, of course, we heard Gunther's story and we saw Shirley's dolls. And it was it's quite an experience to go and have a personal tour of the doll collection from Shirley. Gunther, and then we got to the story about Gunther met Shirley. And I think it was called more so the story I heard from this man next to me was that there were 6 Jewish soldiers in Malatya, the Jewish community in New Orleans found out about it, and if you haven't seen it, there's this wonderful picture of the girls getting on the bus to go to the military base. And that was, of course, where the Shirley story begins. And then when I tell the story to others, I always then have a picture put on the screen up there of them walking down the aisle. So it's a wonderful story. And for us, it became even a better connection because my son and grandson and Daniella all live in New Orleans. And so through the Zoll, we got to know that they got to know New Orleans. And my son and grandson have been on floats doing Mardi Gras, throwing the reeds. And it's all because of the connection with Shirley and Gunther. And then Gunther was very concerned about the story continuing past their lives. And I said, well, why don't we give some of your stuff to the Holocaust Museum? He said, no. We're just going to throw them in the drawer and we'll forget about it. And so I discovered there's a new museum in New Orleans, called the Museum of the Southern Jewish Experience. And we got all of Gunther and Shirley's stuff. And there's now, in New Orleans, when they tell the story of the Holocaust, rather than telling the story of Anne Frank, they tell the story of Gunther Dade. And they have all of his memorabilia, all his pictures that he has. And they also tell the story of the love story here, which is a wonderful story, a wonderful New Orleans story. But we wanted to go beyond all. So we wanted to dedicate something really special to keep the memory alive. And so at the forest, with the support of Dr. Shirley, we now have a bench which is in their honor and a wonderful plaque. And you can sit on the bench. The bench leads up to my great-grandfather's gravesite. And you sit there, and every time I have with the tour, I start there and I tell a story of Gunther and Shirley. And you can sit there and see our wonderful landscapes, appreciate nature, and think about these two very special people, and make a blessing. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I can also mention that Tom is the trustee of the Bernheim Forest, and he also is the recently retired vice president of J.P. Morgan Chase in charge of government affairs. And his family, I think it's your uncle. He was the Baron of Marmorstein. If anybody's ever heard of Drexel Bernheim, that used to be Bernheim. Am I correct on that, Tom? Thank you. I really appreciate you and Jody coming down. Now, we're going to go on to the next thing is Dr. Kenneth Panetta. Are you still with us from Boston?
I'm here.
Oh, great. Kenneth, I really appreciate you coming on here. Kenneth is she's the Dean of Graduate Studies at Tufts University, but she's also the Vice President of the Politics. Now, for those who don't know what that is, Karen, thank you so much. The IEEE is the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers. I've been associated with them since I was a student at Louisiana State University, and all these years almost remained in contact in some form. And the IEEE is the world's largest scientific professional society with about 480,000 members globally. And she's an officer of the also an officer of the new honorary society for electrical engineers. Thankfully, she invited me to join about a year ago. And that's the same society that people like Alexander Graham Bell and Thomas Edison were members of. A very honored group of people that thank you. And the way we met, interesting, about 2 years ago, I get a phone call from someone by the name of Karen Panetta. I never heard of her. And she discovered me at the IEEE History Center on my 90th birthday. Thank you so much for making that call. And so I'll let you say a few words.
Thank you. Thank you. Hello, everybody. I'm truly honored that Gunther asked me to speak today. I met Gunther in Charlotte for our professional organization at IEEE, which is the world's largest organization whose core mission is to advance technology for humanity. And I'm also the past president of IEEE's Ada Academy Honor Society, which Gunther was inducted to. We don't make you join, you have to show exemplary character, attitude, and scholarship. So Gunther was inducted, and I was happy to help shepherd his nomination because he was such a wonderful candidate. I believe that good people are fated to come together to make impact in the world. And I'm one of those people that was truly blessed to have met Gunther and Shirley for our shared passion for educating and helping future generations. They have gone beyond and made sure that this commitment remains at the forefront for all of us for the future. They've created the Gunther and Shirley IEEE Communications Gunther and Shirley Karger Chapter and Community Leadership Award. So it's celebrating leaders and advocacy and people who are really very highly technical, but not necessarily technical, but really good leaders and making impact on the world. I have to tell you a personal story. Yes, I did call Gunther on his birthday, and we talked about everything from artificial intelligence to new technologies. But the relationship built from there because I also got to know Shirley from a lot of our phone calls as well on our videos. When my son, who currently has stage 2 kidney failure, it was ill, as he often is now with his condition, Shirley and Gunther sent him videos and songs that they sang and played together. So although my son is young, he immediately recognized from the videos the loving bond that Shirley and Gunther possessed and said, "Mom, they're like you and Daddy, they do everything together." But what's more interesting is he noted another commonality between myself and Shirley, and he said, "Mama, Shirley has more dogs than you do." So I was really honored to get to meet them and get to know them. We do great things only when we have the support and teamwork to make the things happen. Having a life partner who allows us to accomplish things greater than ourselves is a rare gift. Shirley didn't leave us with just her memory. She left us with an indelible imprint of what love is and what impact that love can have on us for future generations to come. All of us at IEEE are very proud and honored that through Shirley's efforts, she exemplified that advancing technology for humanity takes more than just engineers. It takes all of us. And I want to thank them for entrusting us at IEEE to safeguard and preserve this legacy through the award that they have created. So Gunther, thank you for sharing Shirley with me, and God bless you. Thank you, everybody.
I'm going to turn you on right now, Gunther. Give me 1 second, buddy.
I should mention in this regard that without the IEEE, we wouldn't be here today. We would not be able to do what we're doing. It's communication that enables that to happen. Communication is anytime, anywhere, from anywhere, to anywhere, regardless of where we are. At sea, in the air, space, you name it. It's IEEE that made that possible through standards and the ability that no matter what form you like whoever made it can communicate with some form somewhere else, the other side of the world. As we did with Israel, now with Boston, and Paris, that didn't see Evelyne there. So thank you ever so much, Karen, for being with us. We appreciate it. Now, Mike Geselowitz, by chance, are you with us?
I'm still with you, Gunther. Can you hear me?
Oh, great. Mike, Dr. Michael Geselowitz, hello. He's the director.
So thanks for inviting me to the Karen, it's always a hard act to follow. I probably should have gone first because she has a lot more and better stuff to say. But also, I was actually the beginning of the chain because I guess it's about 4 or 5 years ago, Gunther, you decided to get re-engaged with IEEE. And you wrote to the president, not Karen, but his president at the time, Susan Land, I think it was. And she responded to you, and then she passed on me and said, you know, this gentleman would be good for an oral history interview because I'm the director of the IEEE History Center, and we're in charge of preserving the history of IEEE's technologies, and we have a very large oral history collection of prominent engineers. So I said, okay. Of course, I did a little Googling these days before reaching out, and not only does he have a distinguished technical and business career, but I learned that he was a Holocaust survivor and a Holocaust educator. So because of my own background, I told the other historians, I'm going to interview this guy myself. I didn't pass that one along. And we had a just wonderful interview. The transcripts are available online. If you're interested, you can Google it for years and find it, or Gunther can circulate it to his friends if you haven't seen it already. Just fascinating. Now, I should have apologized up front because in full disclosure, I never actually met Shirley. That started a relationship between Gunther and myself. Most of my email, occasionally my other phone calls, but just by lucky coincidence, Shirley was never there, but he always talked about her. And it also came up, if you read the oral history, and you'll see that it's always about, not I did that, my wife and I did this, my wife and I did that. She was apparently, his muse, his editor, apparently. I think when he edited your transcript, she really did. We always had to do the news and she was got to do all the news and she was involved in that. And then actually, I was the one involved in two things that really, the other people actually volunteered for years. And they've been out for a long time. And first of all, it became apparent that he's eligible for any kind of news as Karen was talking about. So Karen got brought into it, and I stepped back from that part, except I guess several weeks later, Karen, I know from you, would I be one of the referees, one of the people who writes the letter supporting Gunther, which I did, and I'm so happy to be inducted. And then the other thing is, he mentioned once he's back financially, I think this is a great philanthropist overall. And I connected him to probably my Adrian, who's not with us today, in the IEEE Development Office, and that eventually led to the scholarship and grant program that Carol mentioned, the IEEE Communication Society and their chapter leadership award. So I'm sorry you ever actually showed that I've just been thrilled to know Gunther these past 5 years. Again, because of COVID and other things, it's all been virtual. But it's still been really real, as they say, and enjoyable. And as we close, we've heard Kaddish, we've heard of Rabbi. So there's one other greeting that in tradition, we give mourners in the Jewish tradition, and I just wanted to give that to Gunther. Hamakom Yerachem Otcha, B'tov Sherei Ha'Belei Tzimon Yerushalayim. That means, may God count you among the other mourners of Zion and Jerusalem. So, Shirley was literally your lifetime companion, and I hope that the memories of her continue to bring you joy. So again, thank you for letting me speak.
Thank you very much. We move on to Charlie Roberts. Are you by chance on? Dr. Charlie Ross from LSU. Yes. Are you here? Charlie, are you on? I guess not. Hold on. Hey, guys. Yes? Not here anymore. Is your own no? Okay. Oh, well. He was the very dear friend of ours. He's the former CEO of the Atmosphere Alumni Association, and he was the one who basically created the famous Dog Museum in Baton Rouge on the campus of LSU. And that whole idea was created in the living room in Palmetto Bay when they came to see us and said, "We didn't know all these dogs." So, well, I said, "That's a good question." And so he and his friend, who was the CEO of Martin Petroleum, like Cook, and also the lady who is the son was the largest oil producer in Oklahoma. They donated $45 million to create the LSU Alumni Center in Baton Rouge. So that's what the museum was. So anyhow, that was all there. Now we go on to our Swedish friends, Anders and Elizabeth Hervall from Sweden. They live in Sweden and they come here to Florida to Cape Coral for the winter. And 40 years ago, Shirley and I Evelyne, you made it. Okay, I'll get to you in a minute. We'll go in now. All right. Went to Sweden on one of our many trips. For Shirley's 50th birthday, and her parents had a banquet in Ohio at their house in Sweden. And Anders and Elizabeth were both there. So Anderson would say on the words you want them to come up and say. Now, then Anders would say on the words that what happened from Sweden. Who's sort of tell? Yes, Stockholm hair. Yeah. Right. I said all common words, believe it or not. You know, there is a language here besides Spanish. And I'm probably the only one who knows any Swedish in this town. The problem is I can't practice it and no one else to practice it. That's a big problem here. All right, everyone, let's go back to you. Everyone in Paris. Everyone, can you please come back? Yeah. You were there a second ago. It's a little late in the evening there, but maybe we can make it. What's going on? Can you get Evelyn back? I'm here with her. And she just did. She was there, I saw her, and that's gone. Evelyn, if you can hear us, the floor is yours. Evelyn? Let me see if we can find you here. We visited Evelyn, not Conte, Evelyn Dreyfus. Sorry, Paris. You don't know what Evelyn? Yeah, we visited Evelyn. Who should not know? Anniversary in Paris. And there you are. I see you, Evelyn. Hello. There you are. Welcome here. That's Evelyn Dreyfus in Paris. And you know the journalist and film producer in Paris. Would you care to say a few words, Evelyn? You got me.
Hello?
Hey.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
We can hear fine.
Okay, because the sound is awful. I cannot understand half of what you say. It's a shame. I hope you will hear me. Is that okay?
We hear you loud and clear. Give it to us.
Okay, I try to speak with you. Hi everyone, and good evening, good afternoon, sorry, because it's evening in France, it's 10 p.m. I just wanted to say when we met in the small German village where Gunther was born, I was following Gunther's complex thoughts about this village, which was both moving and tragic for him. And I immediately saw the protective aura of Shirley, who beneath her childlike and adult appearance hid a strength and what we call joie de vivre, against which we were happy to live. Her immoderate love of dolls, which she collected by hundreds, reflected the desire for innocence and ideal love. Look, this one is mine. It was made for me by Shirley, and it's every day in front of my eyes. I don't forget it. She carefully cultivated this desire without being fooled by the qualities of the world, sharing the life of a man for whom childhood was anything but innocence. We all come into the world with a mission, to carry out. For Gunther, it was partly the Apollo mission, but mostly the fight for life mission. As for Shirley, I believe she was born to meet, love, and give her life force to Gunther. And I'm sure that in another space she remains his best protector. I feel really privileged to have crossed her path like Gunther's. And as we all know, a person only really dies when the living people have forgotten him or her. I will never forget him. Gunther, from the bottom of my heart, I'm with you as well as with your sons, and of course with our beloved Shirley. You know, a French writer wrote this beautiful sentence that I'd like to share with you. There is something stronger than death. It's the memory of the absent in the heart of the living. So sorry for your loss, my dear Gunther. And as we usually say in the Jewish tradition, Baruch Dayan Haemet. Thank you all.
Thank you, Evelyne. Thank you ever so much. I want to make one side comment on our visit to Paris. We spent a whole week with Evelyne and her husband there in 2003, as a matter of fact.
Yes.
And you had your friends from Italy visiting the Wagners. And for Wagner, I played on this harmonica, the overture to the television. And it can, some of you people know Richard Wagner, the famous composer from Germany. This was his great grandson, I believe. I played that music for her, and I'll never forget. It was Wolfe and Hervall Wagner from Milan, Italy. That was invited to dinner in Paris just to meet us. Thank you so much for the that's in my original was in the book, in case anybody has the book. Thank you, everyone. And au revoir. In case you're on medical doctor, Christina Rodriguez, have you ever by chance on? No.
She was here for a while, but I think she took off.
I'm on, Gunther. I'm on. How are you?
Or you? Christina, are you on?
Yes, I'm on. Do you hear me?
Well, thank you so much for joining this group. And in case you want to say a few words, please do so. This is our great doctor from the Leon Clinic, formerly the Leon Clinic. And she was our personal doctor, a very good doctor. Thank you for seeing through the last days. Now, you have the floor.
Thank you, Gunther. It was a privilege to be and share these lives and treat the education and friends. Thank you both for investing your health and your care. And as we discussed last evening with me, it was a beautiful night. Surely she brought light into every room, and she shared her love of dolls with me and my daughters. We will forever cherish those treasures that we keep in our home. I'm with you. I love you. And I will always be here as a doctor and friend. Thank you.
Thank you, Christy. Thank you ever so much. I did miss somebody, but now this is Raley from Bernheim Forest. Are you with us?
Hello, everyone.
Are you
Thank you very much. Can you all hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. This is from Bernheim, is that correct?
Yes, yeah, it's me, Melissa Rickman.
Thank you so much. Maybe this is Melissa, she's the director of something up at Bernheim Forest.
Yes, thanks, Gunther. I'm the director of advancement at Bernheim Forest, and you heard from Tom, a member of our board of trustees. So grateful that Tom brought Gunther and Shirley to us. We're so honored to partner with them. Bernheim is such a special place. It's a 16,000 acre forest that is dedicated to the people, so that people can come and experience nature. They can really connect with nature. Shirley and Gunther have become very dear friends of Bernheim. They're members of our Echo Society. And as part of this special circle of donors, they have chosen to leave an enduring legacy of connecting people with nature. Thanks to their forward-thinking decisions, their generosity will echo through this forest for generations to come. It is a true honor for Bernheim to get to be part of the legacy of such a wonderful, warm, kind, wonderful person in Shirley. And the love that Gunther and Shirley have shared for over 7 connecting people with nature, we connecting someone bigger than themselves. We're incredibly grateful to be part of the beautiful life that Shirley lived and to be part of her life. Many blessings.
Well, listen, thank you. Let me put another foot. I'm a person of footnotes. You know, if you want to learn something about anything, you first read the footnotes and the sideboards, because that's what the truth is. But regarding Bernheim, Isis Bernheim was my grandmother's cousin, and so we actually related. I didn't know I had any relatives here in the United States or anywhere for that matter, but thanks to Tom connecting us with some history and records in Schmielheim, we learned together that Isaac Bernheim was my grandmother's cousin who emigrated to the United States at an early age. I think it was 18 years old, with nothing. And like me, I came with nothing, and we both made something. He made the whiskey, I did whatever it is. And you're the judge, whatever that may be. But he made the bourbon. He's the king of bourbon. And thanks to him, we have the Bernheim Forest. And thanks to him, I met Tom Block, who also arranged this exhibit in New Orleans, where my famous violin is hanging. That violin, let me make a comment on that.
My ward was the best club in the world. We spoke every night, and I know she's here right now with all of you. I did write a few words about her. You're on my mind. You told me your time. I want to be with you. You made my dreams come true. You are the sun. You are my dream. You are everything the guy could dream. I want to tell you I love you so much. I want to hold you close. I want to hold you touch. When we meet in another land, I'll still keep in touch at the palm of your hand. And this is my wife, Veronica. You want to say something about work?
I really loved Shirley. She gave me very nice clothes. Every time we went out to eat, she gave me very nice clothes, and she was the best mother-in-law. She really was.
And you're up next.
My mother, Shirley, was a wonderful mother. She was constantly involved in my brother Herbert and my lives.
You're very tall.
Oh, okay.
I think we get your strength when we get older.
You're right. There you go. She was constantly involved in my brother Herbie and my lives, our lives, including Cava, Boy Scouts, music and sports activities in the PTA. She was also the marketing manager of the Karger Brothers Magic Act, where my brother Herb and I performed thousands of magic shows throughout South Florida on the showmobile and private birthday parties. We did not spend a single penny on advertising because she got all of our shows through word of mouth. She was always very proud of her two sons, Herb and I, and encouraged us all the way, even up to our current lives in our 60s. My biggest regret in my life was not having children, since Mom would have been the greatest grandmother in the world. I know it was also one of her biggest disappointments. She loved children very much. So instead, she collected thousands of dolls throughout the world. During the past 12 years, she volunteered at the Baptist Homestead Hospital and was known as Grandmother Shirley of the Homestead Children. She provided her and I with unconditional love and accepted us for exactly the way we are. It will not be the same without Mother Shirley in our lives. Even though it has only been 11 days since our mom passed away, I miss her terribly, and she will always be in my heart until the end of my life.
Hey, Rod, is that you? Yeah, I want to just recognize Bernard who was an officer of the Jewish temple in Homestead. Thank you so much for coming. We really appreciate your coming.
An honor.
Thank you. Now, we have the open mic. If anybody, oh yes.
If you're talking to people in the Zoom can't hear you.
Remember, all good things are short. You know why? Because you can make them go longer. Okay, thank you, Dr. And let me say that among the friends we met most recently is the Bernheim family. This is Arturo Bernheim and Javier and Christian Bernheim. We've never stand up. We want to thank you. Thank you. Javier is the executive director of the Hope Center here in South Florida. And in case you haven't heard of the Hope Center, it's the place you go to when you want to get rehab. And a lot of people need rehabbing. They don't need rehabbing, but I'm passively rehabbing. Thank you for coming. It's actually a plural, who put this whole thing together. He is the technical, he's behind the whole team now. Last year, what I'm seeing here is seeing all around the world. Thanks to the American Lady. Without them, would have this, but he put this together, and how he put it together, what I'm doing here. And what I'm doing here is doing them many times. We give them presentations, we for 5 years, in lectures. We're always the hostess. She sort of more introduced people, and I remember a long time, there was a meeting in Cocoa Beach, Cocoa Beach, in 1967. We had the third annual state congress, and she was the one who introduced Youth Humphrey, who was the vice president of the United States. That's one Kennedy was elected, and what I worked on in the so she always was talking to introduce people. She used to give lunches around the Kendall area. And I almost the people didn't know each other. She got and everyone did but she was the one lost the rocks. Then on Herbert and on Campbell, we left lost the rocks. By the way, she was the leadership queen of something, or big company, you want real estate to see her, it will get sold. And if you need help, if you're old and sick, like he is all involved, he's a home caring person, he's in charge of it. And thank you very much for your help in the recent days. And so now we come to the end of the year. And so what I'm going to do now is go back to the instrument, and you two things here. You know what it is. By the way, before I play this, I want to just mention immigrants. I'm an immigrant, a legal immigrant. I'm an Indian, but I'm not a bad guy. I don't think so. And you know, well, some of them was an illegal immigrant, and his name was Evelyne. I bet you never heard of him. He's living in Poland, and he went to Ellis Island with no documents. He was undocumented alien, and he was the one who gave us God was America. Did you know that? And the illegal immigrant. And then we had another two brothers, also from Ellis Island, illegal immigrants, and undocumented. The Warner Brothers created the movie industry of the world. So in their honor, and our honor of great country, which is still living, we want to make the country great again. It's already great. We need to improve it, yes. We don't destroy it further. You know what? We'll never destroy the wrong place. That's not what we want to do. But here we go. That's great. Thank you very much. Let me do one more thing, that's a final piece. I was in the Air Force. I'm a military guy. Shirley was my wife. We were married together in the military. So even though she wasn't on official duty, I was inducted her into official duty this last time. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause for Dade. Freshman here, and the thanks to Israel Gadget, and also thanks to the House. Lisa, are you still with us? Hey, Patrick, how are you ready? We're going Patrick Labor, again, Lucian, he's the one who put things here on the map. He's the Mr. Kingsgate in charge of everything there was. He used to be, now he's retired. Patrick, you want to say anything? This is pretty finished. I'll keep it. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you, Adrian, Rabbi, and thank you all here and for thank you. In Swedish and vaccinated.
All right, apparently the people that are online have a Bluetooth audio. So if you got 31 seconds, we'll get right back in here. Thank you so much for letting me know. With that being said, guys, I think I lost it because I'm trying to put this one particular video up here of the incredible law collection.
Excuse me, like the lawyer would say, on redirect, now we're back to the bar. I'm just Hervall, and I'd like to say a few words. I'm just from Sweden.
Yeah, I was already introduced here. Well, first of all, I have to say that it's tough to stay out of the Shirley, past weddings in the past. But that's not what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about that. And that was back 15 years ago. With brother, he was in the Cape for some program about 6 weeks in a state in a temple at the neighbor of the Kargers. And I was in a case in Illinois, same time, high school. And this Christian closed for Christmas, and my mother had all of us that they wanted to come over to see us. I said, but the Illinois, you're going to look for it. Western Florida, somewhere. Up in Illinois, we had like in 3 feet of snow. So I ended up coming to Florida, and we were up there for 2 days, and then we decided we have to go see the family or weekday. So we went over there, and they said, now we're going to go over to the neighborhood, because that's the place where I spent most of my life. And I did, and I have to say, that was probably the greatest town I ever met with. They prepared us for probably a week and a half around southern Florida. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm going to love it for year and a half after Megan and Art got engaged in the US, and after that, our family was over in Sweden, and went down for 15, goes home like that. And that was in March. In March, I had a birthday once, and this birthday, and Trump's birthday too, was my dad Barnes to Forrest birthday. There was years later, my grandma, she turned 90, and at the same time, we got my oldest son, who was born in 82. So that was in January 83. And Shirley, she's got her birthday in January 12th. And my mom has her birthday in January. So there was 2 birthdays plus the celebration of the son when he got baptized. And in the meantime, my grandma, Anna, she wrote letters back and forth to Shirley. Shirley wrote back. My grandma, she didn't understand English, but somehow, between words, they could understand each other, which was quite fantastic. Of course, just he could translate that pretty good, as he knows Swedish fluently, as he spent the 6 years in Sweden before he came over to the United States. Then, a couple of years later, then I got married to my wife, and then Ken, he represented our town, he came over to Sweden for summer. And I remember a few things that you probably didn't detail. We were out sailing in our boat, and we had a friend of ours with a windsurfing board. And both you and me were trying it out. I didn't master very well at it, but I can remember you managed very well. I could not say more than with wind in my back. I could not come back, so I had to use the centerboard to paddle back to the boat. But you were not there. And that was something. I was one of the best summers. The wind was just perfect. Every day there was sun out. Normally we had a lot of rain or something.
One of those 5 wives he keeps up in touch with.
Then Gus and Shirley, they went back and forth to Sweden quite a few times, both before and after. And I remember several times when my parents went over to your place, and we went over from Florida to Sweden. And as you mentioned before, I was with my dad for 50. I believe that my parents were over in Florida when you turned 50. But you were over in Sweden when he turned 50. And I was the same thing there. Me and Elizabeth and you and Diane. We had birthdays in Park Hills. And after that, I don't track the years very good, but the last time I remember, that was the last time my dad was over in America. And we met at our house, and I said, we're going to call Woodson and Shirley, so they can come over.
Of those 5 wives he keeps up in
and that was actually the last time he was over here visiting us. And now he's got some. He lived a few years later, but he could not travel, and his health was not very good. I still have my mom though, and she actually turned 97 a couple of weeks ago, so I was over in Sweden celebrating her. But she has a hard time to do the daily things. She has assistants 5 times a day. But that's the way it is. Well, anyhow, that was the balance of our history. And you know, it goes back 50 years, right? So it's a long time. And I hope we'll see each other a few times more. We're both past tonight. Yeah. Okay, thank you.